All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a carry by Davis-Price. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They're going for Hitler, but this is intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great.
because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Second and 11. He finds his man, complete. That's Parks. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On second down, a run with Hall. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. On first and 10, it's Hall. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
A rare misstep on that last play, because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll set up a throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a good drive going their first time out, ended with the interception. The good news is they get kind of a mulligan because we're still at 0-0.
They certainly do, and you notice he spent a lot of time on the phone.
You know, I know he wasn't talking to mom and dad on that one. He was talking to the eyes upstairs, talking to the coaching staff. Guaranteed, what did you see? What was I doing? How do we make sure that doesn't happen again in this ball game?
From the 24, Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson. He'll get this to Ward. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Up the middle they go. Boom. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down now. Boom. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In motion right is Wilson. Ball again on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. He'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd down. Boom. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hang on.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
Here's Ward to return. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. To throw again on second down. Jackson got a man. That's Ward. He'll get it inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get into the ultimate game.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Second and goal from the 1. They go play action now. Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. They'll try and run for it with Davis Price. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play. And what to do now on fourth and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
He's got a man complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the counter, it's Hall. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 15. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. They'll run with Hall. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Ball again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll try to run with Hall. And this time he is in. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Boom. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Jackson will look to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Jackson finding his tight end Andrews for the Ravens, first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Hand off right side, Davis Price.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Second and 13.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 2nd down now. Boom. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Boom. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. To Sean Morton. Able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll try and run. Here's Davis Price. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. Tucker's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Davis Price once more. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Davis Price up the middle. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down, and again it's Davis Price. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Touchdown! Mark Andrews from 6 yards away. And the Ravens have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. Jackson here is going to look to throw.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Back to throw here. And he rifles one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll drop to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.